Good morning. It's about 7 o'clock in the evening. This is not morning, let's put it that way. But that's okay. I say good morning anyway. So I was thinking, this is the frame of the greenhouse. I'm still working on getting that up. And in front of the greenhouse is going to be a garden box. Now the garden box is about 4 or 5 feet wide. So I'll be putting posts up, or not posts, but boards up along the front there, and then it'll be filled in to the level of the existing deck. But I was also thinking that I want this space open. I want to be able to plant here. So what I will probably end up doing is taking this deck off next. The whole deck needs to be replaced. Removed. We'll see about replacing it, but the whole deck needs to be removed simply because of the structural damage that it's doing to the house. But at this point, I think removing the deck here, and actually, if I wanted to, I could turn that into an extension of the greenhouse and do it and move it over to here. I'm not entirely convinced that's the best idea, especially with that drain spout in the way, but it's a possibility because, again, we've got posts here that are supposedly set into cement, and they will support the front of the greenhouse quite nicely. I also have the grapevine beds. I was only able to build 4 of them. I will be able to build more. They're temporary. They're a holding place for the grape seedlings. But you can see on the end, I peeled away the wood chips and put dirt down. Those are going to be nesting places for the seedling grapes when they're old enough. They've just got their secondary leaves. I think I'm going to leave them in the house for at least another couple of weeks, possibly another month. Just depends on how fast they grow. So that, and theoretically there would be 2 in each of those spaces, and then I can separate them out or move them if others die. So these 4, that one at the end is done, and this one right here is done. So they've got that dirt pile. Now the reason for that is because grapes don't like wet feet. And so what I've done is created a small space where they can have their root ball up out of the dirt, or up out of the clay soil, for when the ground gets saturated. I know that this year has been excessively dry, so I can't use this year as a gauge of what the water normally does, but I think if I get that deck out of the way right there, I'll have those posts. And the posts are a lot of the posts are already set, or are set into the ground. So I'm not, I could easily turn this whole side into a greenhouse. Depends. We've got to get this one established and see how it functions first. What I'm planning, and something that I've just been planning, thinking about what to do with that. What I want to do is gray water from the kitchen through the kitchen window so that I can just pour it out into a space that will have other plants in it and will filter the water. I got the first of the trees last week. Oh, and it looks like we're onto night mode. But I got the first of the trees last week. This one is a winesap apple. And those are junipers. Now, I was told and have been told, and I've researched the fact that junipers carry a disease. This is an Orient pear. Junipers carry a disease called apple cedar rust. and it needs an apple and a cedar in order to finish its life cycle. And so what I had planned was to put the whole orchard in this area. But what happened when I realized that the junipers might not be a good idea for the plants, for the apple trees, I shifted goals. This is 1 apple and 1 pear. I have 2 more apples and 2 more pears on the far side of the yard. And I'll show you exactly what I'm doing with that at another time. I think it's a little bit dark right now. Anyway, it's so beautiful. But so I've only got 1 apple and 1 pear here. I have started spreading out the wood chips. It just got to the point where I could no longer wait for someone to have equipment available. So I just started doing it on my own, and I will continue doing a little bit every day. I'm trying to do an hour in the morning and an hour in the evening, just so that I can get this spread out, because that needs to settle for the garden. So a little bit of an update. I've been letting the chickens out for maybe an hour in the evening, and they're happy with that. They go back in pretty readily, but they're happy with, well, most of them seem happy with free ranging that little bit of time. And I'll extend it once I've got the fences up. But right now, they automatically, their coop is back behind the garage, and they automatically wander over into dog territory. So anyway, I've only been letting them out for about an hour, but once I have fences up, I don't know if that will ever happen, but it's planned. Once I have fences up, I'll be able to do more on that, let them out more. Whew. I don't know. It's a lot to do. Solar's still waiting. Still being stupid. I don't know whether the electric company or the solar installer is being stupid, but I think it's both. But anyway, there is an update for today, and it is dark, and the moon is out. There is no twist and shout. I will talk with you later.